Our guest today has been a part of San Angelo culinary culture for over 30 years. With Peasant Village and PV Deli, he's given us all sorts of great creations. Our guest today he owns the Peasant Village and also PV Deli. But I want to know, man, right out of the gates, those are two great successes, staples now in San Angelo and West Texas. Should we be expecting a third, something new, something big? No?
Nope, I'm going to answer that real quick. No.
Okay.
Not doing it, man.
No? All right.
No, I get asked all the time. I have people always approach me. I've got the perfect spot for you and here, Georgetown, Austin. We had one in Dallas, and unfortunately COVID was the main reason why that shut down. A lot of places were impacted by it. If it weren't for that, we'd probably have 3-4 locations in Dallas.
PV Deli, Peasant Village Deli?
Oh yeah.
Dude, I know.
It was doing very well there.
Yeah?
So,
what year did you open that there? Like 19 or 18 or something?
No, yeah. It would have been 18.
Okay, yeah. And then COVID hits. Yeah. Man, dude. I want to thank our sponsors. Let's start with Maximus Nutrition. Thank you guys for sponsoring the show. Guys, if you're looking for protein powder, pre-workout, multivitamins, anything, I'm telling you, they have qualified staff and they will sell you some of the highest, best quality products in the Concho Valley. I also want to thank Angelo MMA and Fitness. If you're looking to lose some weight, to put on some muscle, or if you're looking to get serious about fighting with MMA, Angelo MMA and Fitness is your spot. Also, the Re-Up. So for everything fresh, nutritious, and delicious, the Re-Up San Angelo. I also want to thank Rusty Bartolomeo. He's the Einstein of real estate. So whether you're looking to buy or sell, E equals MC sold with Rusty Bartolomeo. And lastly, I want to thank San Angelo Performing Arts Center. Thank you, everyone, for sponsoring the Matt Cottrell Report. Now back to the interview. Dude. So one thing I want to know that I don't know a lot of history about, and some people probably don't either, is the Peasant Village. How did it come about, man? How was that? How did it originate? Like, what was your vision of that? Like, because it's incredible to me that that place has maintained the quality of food and service, but has lived up to today and still flourishes. So tell us about that.
Going over 30 years.
It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, man, damn. I look in the mirror and said, man, what happened to you? It's so Peasant Village, it was my dad's idea.
Okay.
He wanted to open the restaurant. I didn't want to. I was fresh out of culinary school at Johnson Wales University, and I was going to go work at the Horseradish Grill in Atlanta, Georgia, the number one restaurant at the time in the U.S. with Edna Lewis and Scott Peacock. Edna Lewis is, she's the queen of Southern cuisine as we know it. She passed away about 20 years ago, and I trained from her and Scott Peacock. And
nice.
I was going to go in as a walk-in sous chef, and people have been doing dishes trying to cook on the line for 2 years. And,
wow.
And so they were had high expectations for me. And then my dad said, I want to open a restaurant. Let's do this. I was like, no, I don't want to.
Dang,
so I made a deal with them, and I said, you know what, I tell you what, if we can't get this thing off the ground within a matter of 3-4 months maxed out.
Wow.
No matter how far we are into it, I said, they're going to hold that position for me until, up until that point.
Yeah.
And basically, literally the day before I would have left, we opened up, and I lived out of my suitcase. So I unpacked my suitcase, and here I am over 30 years later.
Dude.
Yeah, man.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
So what do you attribute the success of the Peasant Village to? I mean, how has it sustained? Like, how's it been great for so many years? I mean, it must have been hard at first.
Well, it's not the fact that it was hard, challenging and so forth. It was in our opinion, it was time to physically do something different in the food around San Angelo. And San Angelo has a lot of great food to offer. And, you know, we know it's mainly, you know, Mexican steak and potatoes. We understand this. So we wanted to bring something different to San Angelo that was, you know, wasn't really readily available all the time. And so we decided to come up with this menu, and my dad traveled throughout Europe and military, and us growing up in the family of, you know, a six and having different ethnic background cuisines throughout our childhood. You know, my dad wanted to bring that to San Angelo, and I said, you know what, I guess let's give it a try. So we did. We opened it up, and we just you've got to work, man. You can't sit there and be a chef owner and go in there and just work a couple of weeks and say, here you go. You have to be in there. You have to be in the grind. You know, you've got to stay with it and make sure it's consistent for a minimal 1 year. In my personal opinion. But I didn't stop. I just kept going, and you know, a vacation was Greek to me. I didn't understand what vacation was.
For how many years?
Oh, years, man.
Like a decade or something?
12 years.
Dang, that's crazy.
I'm sure I went out of town here and there and let loose, but it wasn't really a true vacation.
Like a weekend or something.
But besides that, we just kept to what we knew and what tasted good to us. We felt that, you know, San Angelo would appreciate what we would offer, and we just keep on, you know, still today we still you know, come up with different things. And I don't look at cookbooks. I know people say, you watch the cooking network?
You don't do any of that?
Nah, man, it frustrates the shit out of me, man. I can't watch it. I'm sitting there going, why are you doing it that way? And I understand everybody has their own process in different ways. But I'm going, man, you guys are really overthinking a lot of this stuff.
Oh, interesting.
I just you know, I just sit there and I don't want to watch them.
I get that.
But it's so I just kind of you know, think about what can I do with this product? What else can I do that I haven't done with it? And I just try to see, you know, where it goes, and if it works out, great, and if it doesn't, you know, hey, it's a try.
That's true.
You know, you can't be successful if you don't fail.
That's right, man. That's right. So, but the interesting thing to me is, like, there are some chefs who've come in, like actual chefs to San Angelo, and had some success, but there are so many I can think about who've come in and opened up something different. Like you said, you know, West Texas, we like our meat and potatoes and chicken restaurants, chicken shacks. But, you know, when people of other chefs have come in and opened up something different, something with actual that's cultured and has different flavors from around the world, you know, they don't succeed often around here because people won't support those kind of things. So it's interesting. It's a testament, I feel like.
So here's the thing, and I listen and I see the polls on social media, and I see this, and people, I want Greek, I want Indian, I want you know, Cuban, you know, and here's the thing. It's nice to have that. But we're creatures of habit.
That's right.
Okay?
Gosh,
When I put Mediterranean on the menu, or I put Indian, or I put, you know, Japanese, or something like that on the menu, it's because I've been there, first of all.
Ooh, that's cool.
And I learned from those regions, Turkish and all that. And the thing about it is that it'll go great for about a week and a half. I mean, it'll just go right, just flying high. And it does a dip, and that's it.
That is so telling of San Angelo.
It goes for a week and a half. And that's it. That's
why,
you know, I'll do specials that'll be on a weekend or a random weekday that we're open. I'll do a special like that, and it'll sell out. But as fast as it sells out, it's forgotten. And it's kind of a hard nut to crack to put something like that in San Angelo. And, you know, there have been some efforts. There's been some Cuban food here, and it's lasted 3 months. There's been soul food here that's lasted 3 months. And it's our year. It's not that they're not doing a great job. It's that we're creatures of habit. And we're going to go back to our favorite Mexican restaurant or our steakhouse, or or whatever type of food, chicken place you want to go to.
Yeah.
We just go back to those, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's just that's what we know we like.
So that's the key, right? It is, but it still doesn't really answer the question, because you don't do typically, meat and potatoes. I mean, you get pretty creative.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so
I do.
What's the difference? Like, how are you able to keep a consistent, customer base and clientele and flourish?
What it's over 30 years, you kind of figure out what you can push the limits to. Okay. And when the menu changes monthly, sometimes twice a month, it's easier to incorporate that than it is to do something that is a menu that's going to be stationary for a year or further. So when a menu becomes the same over and over and over, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just they know that that's what works for them. A lot of the clients, which I'm truly grateful for, that have supported me over these years of being in business, have come to know that I do certain things that are different. And for that brief moment of time, it may be what they're looking for. You know what I mean? So instead of going out of town and say, you know what, we can't make it out of town this month, but Jason is going to go ahead and do this cuisine. Hey, you know what, we've been craving this one. Let's go in there and get a little sample of it. So it gets them for that time frame to fix them before they go out of town to another place. So
they've, in other words, like what I'm feeling from it is, and what I gather is that they've come to trust you as a chef. Is what it is. So you're right about the consistency, but they know that consistency is there with what you do. They know that you're going to provide consistent, good food. Whether it's Mediterranean or Indian or whatever it is,
or if it's just I'm just doing a real simple. Hey, I've got a couple different steaks. I got a fish.
Well, that's what I love. What you do.
Sometimes I keep it simple. Sometimes it just depends on what's going on month to month. October's a hard nut to crack with all these festivals and stuff. And I used to get in there and do all the sauerbraten and
did you?
Yeah,
like German styles?
I did, dude. But there's so many festivals to go to, so I don't want to fight them anymore. Just let them do it. They can get their fill of German food, and if they want something different,
that's smart.
Then come back.
You know
that's
what I mean? Good.
But it's just with food and so forth, being consistent is very important. Am I consistent? No.
What do you mean?
We all have bad days and good days in the kitchen.
So even
what I mean?
Even as a chef, you have off days like that.
Yeah, there's times you're sitting there and if you're not so busy, that's when everything goes wrong. When you're busy, everything goes smooth.
Right.
And there's times when we're slow. I'll overcook a steak. I'll have to recook it 2 or 3 times. I'm like, God dang, get your head out your ass. What's wrong with you? You know what I mean?
And that's cool, man. It happens.
Yeah. And then there's times you're sitting there and you're so slammed it goes out so smoothly. You're going, is that it? I mean, I did 100 people tonight. That's it. Like, because everything clicked. So exactly. Consistency in your flavors and stuff. I stay pretty consistent in that, making sure that everything is always flavored correctly. And I'm not scared to put different seasonings on this, that, and so forth. That's what makes me unique, is because when you come to the restaurant, you may have this king saffron rice one day. The next day you may have truffle mashed potatoes, and the next day you may just have a simple mashed potato, nothing really fancy, just more of a home, like a German, like a Czechoslovakian style. You use a potato, sour cream, parsley, salt and pepper, and that's it. Just something real simple, chunky potatoes. Right. So it's just always trying to keep it different, because we get bored in the kitchen pretty quick, man.
Really?
You become numb doing the same thing over and over.
I can imagine. So my girlfriend, I got to say this because you mentioned saffron, king rice or whatever. So she's from the Middle East, and when I first met her, she said, "Oh, you've never heard of saffron?" I said, "No. What is this saffron?" And she was like, "Oh, saffron is a spice, and it's more valuable than gold." And I said, "There's no way that there's this spice that's more valuable than gold." And so she showed it to me. I ate it. I'm not a big fan of saffron. I feel like she kind of overused it, and I'm just not a big fan of it. But she loves it. And I looked it up just to prove her wrong. And at that time, it was explaining that no, it's not more valuable than...
first mistake, trying to prove a woman wrong. That's the first mistake,
I know,
man.
right? Well, what do you think about that spice, dude? Saffron. Is it really that great?
So it gets into regional cooking.
Okay.
Yeah. And when you're in Spain or you're in the Middle East, you're in the Mediterranean, Middle East, stuff like that, those spices are coming because the reason why it's so expensive because you got to take it out of each one of those flowers.
I see.
It's one steaming for every flower. If I may be wrong, but I think I'm right. One steaming every flower. I forget what the name. It starts with a C. The flower does.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, saffron is a great spice. It really is. It's a floral.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very aromatic.
Yeah.
But there's different grades of saffron. So the higher you get, the more smooth it is. The lower it gets, it seems to be a little bit more rough.
Okay.
But you have like King Turkish saffron. That's the most expensive one.
Oh, why?
I can't explain that to you. Honestly, I mean, I have a client that brought some to me, and I paid $800 for this little jar.
What?
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's no joke.
When I bought it, but when you open it up and it permeated the whole kitchen.
Okay.
Within a matter of a minute, it's like, wow, you can smell this from over here. I mean,
that's crazy.
And I let customers, smell and stuff, but it felt like plastic. It was weird. It's like thin plastic. But you put it in there and you taste it, and I did research, and that's exactly what it's like.
Oh,
it's a particular.
Does it melt when you? I mean, does it melt down?
It all dissolves. Okay. Yeah. But you put too much in there, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be.
That's right.
It's not meant to be overwhelming. It's meant to, just to be on the back of that palate, just give you a hint of it.
I got you.
It's the same thing as you over salting your steak or putting too much sugar in your coffee. You're gonna go, whoa, I should have backed up on that.
Yeah.
So it's all in moderation.
Okay, that makes sense. I had to add. So the other thing that was kind of interesting is Josh Hockett was on here, recently, and we were talking about. I asked him right out of the gates. Man, I asked him a lot of stuff, but one of the things I asked him was his opinion on the top 3 restaurants in San Angelo. And he said right out of the gates, first one, he said Peasant Village. He goes, Jason would kill me, but for special occasions, Peasant Village. Why do people have that mindset? Like, when are y'all open at Peasant Village, and why do people feel like special occasions sort of? I mean, what do you think of that?
Okay. First of all, I'm honored that I was chosen by him to say up there. I'm also honored for the clients and the customers that I got to know on a personal level that come in every year for the anniversary or birthdays and stuff like that. I'm very grateful that people utilize the Peasant Village for their special occasion.
Absolutely.
The thing is that it's not just a special occasion restaurant.
Right.
It's a go in, sit down, and have an incredible meal at a
Yeah.
very reasonable price.
That's right.
And because ingredients aren't getting any cheaper, and I don't get the big cuts like the chains do.
That's right. Yeah.
And reservations are not required; they're just suggested. It's the same thing as you going out of town and you're going to go to a concert. You're not just going to go walk into a hotel around the corner and expect to get a room.
Exactly. Yeah.
On a weekend, you just want to make sure that, if you want to go there, make a reservation. A lot of times, you can walk in on a weekday and say, you know what, just a couple of us here. Sure, no problem. We'll sit you down.
Yeah.
We have a bar where people just come in that are just, by themselves. They're coming in from out of town, or they just want to sit down and have a drink and an appetizer and just, just zone out. That's kind of that feel for it.
Yeah.
But to me personally, we're not fine dining.
Oh, really?
No,
Man,
not
I didn't
to
know
me.
you
we're
didn't
not.
consider it fine dining.
Wow. No. I mean,
okay.
To me, fine dining is tablecloths, candlelit dinner, nice plates and silverware.
Okay.
The menu, you have a wine menu that's all up and down this year.
Yeah.
And you open up, you've got 6 different type of steaks from different countries, and you've got this fish, you've got
In
this.
other words, nothing we'd know about in San Angelo.
Well, no, they would know it in San Angelo.
No, you're right.
But the thing is that what's frustrating is that that's not, to me, I'm not fine dining.
Okay.
To me, I'm just a traditional chef. I'm an old school chef. I still cut everything from hand.
Nice.
I'm still a 90% from scratch kitchen.
Yeah.
I cut corners. Yeah, who doesn't?
Exactly. Yeah.
because there's sometimes I just don't have time to get something done in that time frame, because some sauces take 3 days to reach, and I don't have that time. So I do cut corners
practically.
And I'm honest with people. I'm always honest with
That's
people.
cool.
I have nothing to hide from anybody.
Yeah.
But the thing is that this is what I tell people, and people think it's a special occasion because at the very beginning, it came to that way. That's when because I had the tablecloths. I still have tablecloths and candles on there, but we had flowers and we had, music in the background, people playing violin. We brought something to San Angelo at the time 30 years ago that wasn't traditionally normal.
Right. Yeah.
And it was at one time, it was a 2-month waiting list to get in.
Was it really?
Yeah, and you couldn't get in without a reservation.
Yeah,
so that
crazy.
Stuck. It's stuck around, and it's still that way. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's a saying I tell everybody: a frog sat on the log, and we put me, you, and your dad, and your daughter, and the lady that was there in there. Yeah. By the time it gets around to her, there's a frog that's dead in the water, and the log crushed over it.
Yeah.
The original started was the frog is on the log.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting at is that for 30 years, people have been saying so many things that get misinterpreted.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So when they ask me, I tell them up front, no, I mean, you don't need one. It's good to make one, but you don't have to have one.
Yeah.
If you've got a large party, you definitely want to make a reservation.
Yeah,
because some people don't do that.
Yeah.
And that's their decision. But it gets down to the food. The food has been, on point for the most part. Mm-hmm. It's not 100% on point. I'd be lying to you and sitting there trying to,
yeah.
But it's on point for the most part.
That's right.
And I'm the only one back there cooking. There's nobody else.
Dude, what?
Yeah, man. I got.
Well, you have assistant, like sous chefs, that type of deal, right?
Oh, man.
You don't?
Oh, I do it all myself now.
Dang.
Yeah, you go back in the kitchen.
That's crazy.
It's a dishwasher myself, and I'm doing 80, 90 people.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's nobody.
What?
I'll get Blake, who comes in and works at the deli. He'll come in and help me out with the appetizers to get me through a couple. Because there's times I don't
know how you could even do that.
Yeah. Well, you just suck it up, Buttercup, and do it, man.
Dang, that's crazy. I've worked in the restaurant industry, so just thinking about that is so wild to me.
It freaks some people out.
Yeah.
But I'm so ADHD and ADD, it works for me. Yeah. You know what I mean? I rather.
You must be like flying around.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I'd love to see that. Yeah.
Come anytime, man. Go in the back and watch, man.
Yeah.
Shit, that's funny.
That's cool.
I'm sitting there yelling out people's names to come get their food, and they're coming back there and it all.
Do you have a consistent server staff?
I do.
Yeah.
I have staff that have been with me for some time, and I have staff that come and go. But that's just that's any industry. Especially in the restaurant industry, it's hard to find good help. And the thing about it is, I can't say good help, and that's going to probably piss off some comments. But it is what it is. It's hard to find people with passion that want to connect.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can find help. You can find good help, and it's hard. Even in Dallas, it was hard for me to find people that were able to do what I do in that kitchen. Of course, it goes with your budget as well.
Yeah.
But when I look at it, I'm so used to doing it myself that I'm just going to keep on doing it until I can't do it any longer.
Have you ever tried to have like a couple of assistant, like sous chefs or like a staff that was in the back, like a back of the house type deal? Did you ever try to run anything like that, or did you always just want it that way?
No, I've had people in the past. I mean, Chef Parker worked for me, Angelo worked for me. They're the ones that have roots. I mean, they worked for me for a long time. Angelo 15 something years like that. Kevin 15 years. And I've had them there. It's just it seems like the last couple of years, it's been more and more difficult to kind of get somebody in there. We're only open Wednesday through Saturday.
Yeah.
Come the holidays starting here next week, we're going to be open Tuesday through Saturday. To accommodate those who have parties or want to come in on a Tuesday night, and then we'll go back to our same hours next January.
Yeah.
But they're out there, but they're already taken at other restaurants, and I think that's great. But I just got to the point to where I just do it myself now. I just don't really think about it. I just go in there and prep up and do. That's why my menu's small. That's why I try to keep it as small as possible, so that I'm able to maneuver and do that and not spend 19 hours in the kitchen. It's 12 to 15 right now, but it's not over that, which is nice.
Yeah.
Oh shit, man! I was going right now I'll go from 7 in the morning until 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. Yeah.
Dang. Well, if I'm thinking of multiple tables, like if somebody, and I know y'all probably have it down a little more to a science nowadays, but if somebody comes in and 10 minutes later another table is sat, and it's a table of 10 and a table of 5, and you got just a couple eating, and they put in their appetizers and their entrees roughly at the same time, 5-10 minutes apart. I just can't imagine you back there trying to get every appetizer out in the entree. Like, how do you juggle that? Does it have to do with the taking orders and seating people? Really?
Yeah, man.
That's
Timing
incredible.
and experience, man. You talk to your staff and you say, hey, guys, we got a big night tonight, so we're going to have to all communicate, and we got to put appetizers in. Yeah. And, if you put an appetizer in, put the entree in about 7 minutes later.
Okay.
We got to choreograph it. It's just like anything else have to do. And once you get that established, it'll go smoothly. Yeah. But there's times you just can't. There's times when you've got a full restaurant at 6 o'clock and everybody's ordering everything at one time.
What do you do?
I just do it, man.
Well, it's so crazy because let me tell you about a dream I had. So as a server for a long time, anybody who served, and you probably have these dreams all the time, more so than others, but it's where you're in the weeds and it becomes a nightmare. Well, I was working at Cork and Pig, and I had one of those dreams come to life. So I was in the atrium room up front, and I had a party of, I think, 25 or something, 20, something like that. And it was a birthday party, and I just didn't organize it well. And I'd done many parties. I'd worked at Henry's, for goodness sake. And I just didn't organize it correctly. And when it came down to breaking up all those checks, everything got mixed up, and we had to pull a manager in to try to figure it out, and he was not a strong manager. It ended up being such a nightmare that all these people are up at the register, and we're trying to go through and place everybody's order on the right ticket, and they're screaming at us. People are walking out. Eventually, you had to comp the whole thing, like $700-800 worth of food. It was a nightmare, dude. So have you ever had a night go like that where it just did not work out and it became a huge cluster and people were mad? And has that ever happened?
Yeah.
It has?
Yeah, there's been... It doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
But it's happened to where food's gone to the wrong table and I've had to recook something.
Yeah.
Or somebody, this is a rare steak, this is a well done steak, and they'll take it and they'll put it to the wrong person in a party, and no, I had a rare, and the one had a well done. And, sometimes they'll say, okay, they're good enough friends. They'll sit there and say, oh, yeah, I'll just switch with you. Yeah. But there's times that, that they're going, no, I don't eat after people or this or that and so forth. And you just redo it, and it happens. And there's going to be mess ups in the kitchen. And, do I lose my shit? Oh, I lose it, man. Yeah. Oh, I'll yell. I mean, people call me an asshole, and thank you for that.
Thank you for that.
But I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
I take my craft with a lot of passion and love, and I'm not the easiest person to deal with in the kitchen. I say a lot of things that I could say differently. But I don't. I mean, I have voluntary Tourette syndrome. You know what that is?
That's great.
I just say it without and I'll deal with the consequences later. But my thing is that I even yell at myself in the kitchen.
Sure, yeah.
And my staff going, "Who you talking to?" I say, "You see another damn person back here?"
Yeah.
No, I'm yelling at myself, trying to tell me, get my shit. Hey, chef, get your shit together.
Yeah.
So I'm hard on myself just as much as I'm hard on anybody else.
Yeah.
But once again, there's a lot of pressure on my shoulders.
Yeah, tons.
Because I have to make sure it's all done every single time that people's expectations are met.
That's right.
And if I can't meet your expectations, there's no one can.
That's that's exactly right. That's what I wanted to ask you about. A couple more things before we get on to Peasant Village Deli, PV Deli, is, I was a business owner for 10 years. I owned a gym called Fitness United. And there's an old saying that's, if you're too busy working in your business. When do you have time to work on your business? Well, I own the type of business, as do you, that depended on me. No matter what kind of staff I grew, how good my coaches and trainers were, people wanted an experience from me. And if I was off or I wanted to go out of town, forget about going out of town or anything like that. Like, it was about me, and I could not leave my business. Do you feel like that? Like, because it really is about you, the chef, and the experience with Peasant Village. I mean, so do you feel that way, that it's I mean, are you okay with that? That your business solely relies on you and how you perform? And
no, I'm not okay with that, man. I'd like to have somebody take over what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, this is one thing that I tell people that want to go in the culinary field. I discourage them.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
People don't understand that. You know, when they go in the restaurant, they're, you know, some people demand, they don't act like they're demanding, but they're kind of like, hey, you know what, we want to have it done, and it's kind of, you know, would it be nice? Yeah, but the reason why, you know, kind of divert them is because it's not the way it used to be 10 years ago.
That's okay. So that's interesting. In what way?
Yeah, it's cooking is not done the way it used to be done. There's too many things that can be pre-done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your steaks aren't even, you know, they come in pre-cut for you. There's no aging process much anymore. You know, they do it in the bigger cities and stuff like that, but a lot of things has changed.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think they're trying to get back to it.
Okay.
But it's and I'll ask you a question. How many Valentine's Days, birthdays, anniversaries, New Year's Eve, Christmas Eves, you think I've missed in 30 years?
Well, this is either going to be every one of them or zero.
I have missed more than people would ever imagine.
Yeah.
Because as a chef, you're working Mother's Day, Father's Day, dude. Easter, Christmas, this and that. You see, you're missing that time with your family, and they don't. A lot of people don't understand that. And when they go in and they have a meal, and they're pissed off, you're like, well, shit, man, I don't get to eat with my family.
That's right.
I'm cooking for you.
And they don't care at all.
I'm sorry you're upset about that.
Yeah.
But you're the only one upset. Everybody else is happy.
Yeah.
You can't please everybody. You're not God.
I know.
But the fact is that, you know, you can only do your best. But a lot of people don't realize that we're missing our family.
That's exactly right.
We're missing our wives, our kids' time, our you know, our memories. We don't get that back. I don't get any of that back in 30 years.
That's
you see what I'm saying?
That's got to be one of the reasons you discourage people.
I discourage them because they said, "Oh yeah, I'll do this, but I won't work this." No, you don't get a choice,
that's
mate.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
It's either you work for somebody, they write the schedule, you can do your best not to show up and look for another job, or you can request off, and with fingers crossed, it happens on a busy holiday.
That's exactly right.
Because when it's the busy holidays, everybody doubles up on their staff. And it's required.
Yep.
So I don't want to push somebody in something like that when you're only 19, 20 years old.
That makes sense.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You're starting off already. Just go enjoy your life. Go to culinary school. Go to that. Go travel the country if you want to be in the food industry, and understand and absorb that country, that culture, that food, that way of life, and then figure out if you really want to go into the food industry because it is 12-hour days. You don't clock in at 5, 9 and clock out at 5. You go from when it starts to when it ends, and you hope that if you say you're off at 3 o'clock, well, hope that person shows up. If not, guess what? They're going to ask you to stay longer to do their job. So it's any genre that's out there. It happens, but in the industry of the culinary field, it happens a lot more. Can you cover my shift, man? I've got to go do this. It's a very harsh lifestyle, and when we eat in the kitchen. We're sitting down on an old bucket, and you're sitting down eating.
How many meals have you had like that where you're eating
every day?
Dang,
what are you talking about, man? That's how we all eat.
Yeah.
You know, I don't get to cook myself a steak and sit out there in front of my customers while I'm eating. What are they going to look at? What are you doing there? Why are you in back of the kitchen? Get back in the kitchen and do it. Yeah, they're asking, why are you sitting down and eating?
That's
why
so
are you
crazy.
not back there cooking? You see what I'm saying? So, and there's nothing wrong with the way they think. It's just not the way that I like to receive it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some people, man, they come in. I feel like some people working in the restaurant industry, they come in like wanting to get pissed off about something. You know what I mean? They come in with a chip on their shoulder. Like you said, there's some people that just want everything absolutely perfect, and they're just waiting for something to jump.
Yeah, because here's the thing about it. You know, when you have a reputation to uphold.
Yeah.
And when the expectations come in, their expectations are where they are. And and some, not everyone, but some people already have the mindset that, boom, this better be good. I'm paying this kind of money for this meal. This better be damn good. But yet they'll go here and here and they'll eat this food and they'll go back over and over again. Because it's, you know, it may be in their price budget or whatever. But here's my thing. And I'm going to circle back to what you said earlier. I am not expensive for what you get.
Right. I agree.
If you go to Dallas, any Metroplex, you'd pay about $20 to $30 more for the entrees, and you may or may not get the sides. See, this is what I tell people. And I'll start with the most expensive ribeye. Well, that cost me $19 a pound. My cost.
Dang. Yeah.
Okay, that's $55. Oh man, that's. You know, I'm paying you to eat that ribeye at $55. I should be charging $75.
Why?
Because
for everything, labor costs.
By the time I get done with it, that meal cost me $40.
That's crazy.
Cost me $40.
Yeah.
Then I've got everything else involved with that. Then I've got to cook it. You know what I mean? So the thing is that when someone says, "Oh, well, it's $55," I said, "Well, where's the other steak at?" Well, that's $45. Well, you know, you're spending $10 in my restaurant, right?
Dang.
You're only spending.
Is that right?
You are only spending $10 in my restaurant. You've already wasted $45 somewhere else.
Yeah.
So why not spend $10 and get yourself something that is an actual quality? You know, when I say it's choice, it's choice.
Yeah.
If you look at these other restaurants, chain restaurants, you know, they used to say we got choice this, prime this. Now it just says we have a ribeye. There's no grading on it. It's USDA graded. It's the lowest grading possible. And you're paying for the lowest grade possible, which is considered to me, you know, school food, prison food. That's the grade of it. That's my personal opinion of grading it. It's the grading of it. I mean, because prisons are not going to get choice. They're going to get USDA graded products.
Exactly, the lowest graded. Exactly,
so
same thing.
Out of those, that's what you're paying for. But for me, I don't buy cheap ingredients. If you buy cheap ingredients, you know, most of the time you have to work harder for it to taste good. If you buy the proper ingredients, you don't have to work as hard for it to taste correctly.
Good. That's interesting. Yeah.
So my thing is that I'm not expensive.
Yeah.
And I look at it is that in my mind it's not, because I know what it costs. I know what it's like out there in the other restaurants. And when I go to other restaurants, I go, wow, even I say it's expensive because I know for a fact what this costs.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I look at mine. Well, this plate cost them $3. My plate, you know, and they're charging $22, and my plate cost me $40, and I'm charging $55.
Yeah.
Or this plate costs, you know, this plate's $30 and it costs me $15. It's not the fact of cutting. If you cut costs, if you cut ingredients out, what's the point of doing the same thing over and over again?
Yeah.
So people always say, "Oh, you're expensive." I'm not expensive. You get a great price for what you come in there for. That's right. And I don't do small portions, mate. I feed you, man. I mean, I feed people. That's how we were grown up. You know.
Dude.
You know, people. You know, most people don't even finish their entrees.
Wow.
Yeah. And if I say it's a pound of 16-ounce prime, you know, a ribeye. It's not. It's probably 40 ounces, man, because some of these things get this. They're massive when they come in.
And they cook down to that or what?
No, I just cut them that way.
Oh, okay.
I hand cut everything.
That's
They don't come in pre-weighed packages.
Yeah.
You know, I cut them. I mean,
So you're the butcher too?
Yeah, I'm the butcher. I'm everything.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, I'm breaking down my own ducks.
The
everything.
prep, everything.
Yeah,
God, that's awesome, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, I mean, it's one of those things, and you know, and I'm busy. I mean, I stay busy.
You got to. Yeah.
And you know, it's just I'm just happy to be there for over 30 years, and I figured another 7 years minimal
Really?
I'll do it. 12 years maxed out. After that, I'm done.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I'm 53, man. By the time I said 7 years, I'll be 60, man. You know, when you're a chef and you're doing what I'm doing in the back, I mean, you don't do it when you're 55, 60. It's very uncommon for that. And if you are back there, you're doing one or two things. You're not in the hustle bustle of it. You're not behind that
kind of directing
griddle. You're not behind the griddle and the flames and the ovens opening and closing. You're not really in there.
Yeah.
And if you are, you're doing one thing. You've got other people helping you out. I mean, maybe I'll get somebody in there to help out.
Well, that's what I want to ask next. Man, I have a few more questions because this is really good.
Yeah, go for it,
This is real good. So one of the things I wanted to ask is, can you foresee that, or is that part of an exit plan that you might have, is maybe taking someone under your wing, maybe another chef, someone who wants to be a chef, and selling it and seeing the Peasant Village I go past what you thought it could be. I mean, maybe you don't shut it down, right? Maybe you sell it and it continues for another 50, 60 years. Would you like to see that?
No.
How come?
No, man. Here's the thing, man. And this is one thing that I'll tell anybody out there. And I'm an honest person.
Yeah.
Getting somebody in there to train to do what I'm doing, it's going to, even with experience, it's going to take them quite a bit to get there. Because here's the thing, when somebody comes in, a different chef comes in, you teach them how to do this here. The first time when you go around the corner, they're going to add something else. Or they're not going to do the recipe correctly as you do it. And they're going to do something shortcut, this and that, so forth.
Yeah.
And unless they're on board with you to do it that way, then yeah. But it's one of very few that you'll find somebody that'll do things exactly the way you're supposed to do it, because their tastes are different from yours, and they want to add something or delete something, or they're like, oh man, I don't like the way he does it. I'm gonna do it my way. They're gonna like my food better.
Exactly.
Okay, well then, here's the keys. God, we'll write a contract up. You take the restaurant over. If you do better than me, congratulations. I'm happy for you. If not, then good luck.
Yeah.
So when it's time for me, is that I'll know when it's time to walk in the sunset.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather go out on a high than on a low.
Yeah.
I'd rather sell the restaurant where it has gone to a point to where I left on top.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I don't want to leave because I can't do it anymore, or I don't want to do it anymore, or my food is not the same anymore.
Yep.
I want to do it when it's on the top, and that's where people. I hope people understand that I can't do this forever.
Right, yeah.
Can I teach somebody? Sure. Is it hard? I mean, for me, it's hard because I get impatient.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when you come up to me, you say you've got 5 to 8 years experience, and you don't know what the shit it is. You don't know how many ounces are in a cup. You don't know how many ounces in a meal. You don't know some of the basics. Okay, sure, you can cook a steak. Congratulations, but can you do this?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I've never heard of how you do souvlaki, or how do you do baba ganoush, or how do you do this chicken tiki? I've never heard of that. They've heard of what they've heard of.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And you try to train them and teach them, and they just don't want to do it. They want to do what they know.
That's right. Yeah.
So unless you branch out and you're able to want to learn, then I mean, it's not like when you get on computers and you learn everything you can about a computer, but new technology keeps on coming in. The same thing with food. You'll learn everything to a point, but there's more. I'll never learn everything about food.
Right.
It's impossible.
That's
1,500
crazy.
different types of rice. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to cook 1,500 different types of rice. I'll give it a damn good old college try. But shit, that would take you 5 years to do
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's so many different variations that are coming in, and people are trying to push the limits, and that's great. But you get somebody in there that says that they can do this and do that, and they're doing a great job, but they can't do anything else. They don't know how to bake.
Yeah.
They
so you got to know how to do all those skills.
I do all the desserts. I do all the sauces.
Dude.
I do all of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm a one-stop chef, and most of these individuals don't do it, or they don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Or it's beneath them or whatever.
Right.
Man, you're in the damn kitchen, brother, man. I mean, a burger ain't beneath you, brother.
That's right.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, if you think that's beneath you.
There's some people who feel that way.
Oh, yeah. It's beneath you, but yet you're over there in the corner crunched down eating a damn ham and cheese sandwich and a tortilla. Shit, you want to tell me that's beneath you?
Right.
Man, shut the hell up, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's funny.
That shit.
I know.
I mean, hell.
Well, so how do you feel about these other chefs that have come in and done decent? Because for a long time, like you said, like you and your dad, like y'all opened the Peasant Village, and that was something San Angelo had really never seen. But then you have, like Angry Cactus, and you have Old Tony with Biga Bistro, and a couple of these other guys who've come in and done all right. Like, how do you feel about that overall? Has that threatened your business at all? Are you for those guys? I mean, how do you feel about that for San Angelo?
I'm for all of them.
Cool.
Okay. Let me tell you about threatened.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not threatened by any chef.
Okay.
Yeah. If a chef doesn't want to show you a secret, that means they're scared you're going to take your job.
Boom, dude. That's right, dude. I got something to say about that in a minute. Yeah.
And then I'll pull some shit out of my ass you never knew about.
Exactly, dude. Yeah.
I'm not threatened by any chef.
Yeah.
I'm not threatened or intimidated by anyone. I'm just not. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
But it's great to have different varieties in San Angelo.
For sure. Yeah.
It is. They're talented.
Yeah. Cool.
I have no beef with anyone.
That's excellent, man.
If they have beef with me, okay, cry yourself in a corner. I don't care.
Yeah.
But my thing is that there's talent here in San Angelo, and these chefs have their own businesses.
Yeah.
And they're talented at what they do. Some may disagree. Some disagree with me. Some agree with me. There's people that laugh at me. When I had that post up there about best restaurant. Listen, man.
Really?
Yeah. Listen, it's fine. Laugh at me.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're probably sad about something that you haven't accomplished. Okay?
Well, that's what that is. So anytime somebody's negative like that on Facebook, they're holding up a mirror to their own insecurities.
Yeah, I look at, I get great reviews. I get bad reviews. Opinions are like assholes. We all have one.
Yeah, dude. Exactly.
I've had food critics in the restaurant give me great reviews. I've had people that don't know what, salt and pepper is, and they give me a bad review.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it is what it is. I take them lightly now. I don't stress over reviews. I don't stress over that, and I'm happy for those who put them in there, positive or negative, and that's okay with me. It's a different generation. It's a different technology that we're in now. 30 years ago, you didn't have that. It's word of mouth. I'm still word of mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's how people in San Angelo survive, is word of mouth.
Yeah, it is. But the thing about with all those other chefs and stuff, they're talented. They do things that nobody else is doing, and and they stand out, and they do a great job.
Yeah.
And they realize it's a lot of hours and a lot of time. But there's talented chefs in every kitchen. At one time, people would sit there, oh, you're not a chef, you didn't go to school or this and that. Listen,
who said that?
A lot of people.
About you?
No.
So somebody else who's okay.
In the industry.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you didn't you're not a chef.
I see. Yeah.
Some of the best chefs have never been to culinary school.
Yeah, that's right.
School of hard knocks and learning. You don't have to go to culinary school to be a chef.
Yeah.
You have to have passion. You have to have strive. You got to get in there. You got to do the work.
Yeah.
Are you a chef after one year? My personal opinion, no.
Exactly.
I mean, are you a chef after 5 to 6 years? You're getting there.
Yeah. Right.
But that's my opinion. I'm not dissing anybody out there who says they're a chef after 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. But to me, a chef knows how to bake. Knows all the rudiments of cookery. Knows more than just one region.
Yeah.
Who knows how the food is, how things are broken down, not to open a package up because it's already down.
Yeah.
Knowing how to break down a full cattle, how to break down sheep, how to break down pig.
Yeah.
That's a chef.
Wow.
That's what I learned to do. I used to break all that stuff down. I used to get in whole pigs and break them down.
That's crazy.
You see, that's a chef. A chef knows more than just what that protein is. They understand that when we get a steak and we cut it, we can actually tell you if it's going to be tough or not before you cook it.
How can you tell that?
Just by the touch of it. I mean, if it's when you go to cut it and it's not cut correctly and it feels a little not as tender as it would be, because when you cook it, it's going to change on you. There's times something's tender and it does a complete total opposite on the griddle. But we know that when you get an apple that it's wax coated or not. Do I got to put this in some warm water and get this wax off before I use it? We that's what chefs do. Okay. It's not going into work and I cook over here and I cook the station.
Right.
I'm sorry, you
can't
not,
call yourself a chef.
No, that's my personal opinion. It's going to piss off a lot of people.
It is,
Tough shit.
Exactly.
Suck it up. But the thing is that I'm no better than any other chef out there.
Okay.
I'm not.
You really feel that way?
No, dude,
What,
man.
you're just different? Is that what you think?
I just do what I do, man. I'm humble.
Okay.
I used to be, I'm Chef Jason. Look at me. You couldn't put my head through the damn front door. Look, I'm Chef. Man, I'm past that deal, man.
How did you get past that?
I just, I woke up.
Yeah.
I sobered up.
We all have those
up.
experiences.
Yeah, man. I quit drinking, 6 years ago.
I got to ask you about that in a minute.
Yeah. But the thing is that we all have our own different niche. We do things that other chefs do and other chefs don't.
Yeah.
We have our own different styles.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's 10-year-old kids out there that make me look like I've never cooked a damn. Yeah, man. Look at those cooking shows. Yeah, some of these kids are ridiculous. They get involved in all that.
Yeah.
But to me, as chef, my personal opinion, chef, you can bake, break down cattle. You can go pick out your own produce. You can do this, shop every day, pick this out there, go to the market, pick out the right fish, make sure the gills are clear, the eyes are clear, or the gills are red, the eyes are clear. It's the scales are intact, they're not falling apart. The rigor mortis hadn't stayed. That's what a chef is.
Every area of the culinary
going
experience.
in there, not just going to your station, cutting up a bunch of things on there and going cooking over here.
Okay.
You're a cook.
Yeah. Okay.
Big
difference.
I'm a chef, but when I go to the back, I go cooking. I don't go chefing.
Oh yeah.
Okay. A chef is the one who knows what everything is.
Okay.
How to get the brigade going, how to get the knowledge out there, make sure the sauces are correctly. What do they taste like? Oh, we got to add this because we're missing this. Okay, go from there. That's what it's about. It's not about going into work. Yeah, if you're working for 10 years in the kitchen, 8 years in the kitchen, I'm going to call you a chef. You damn right. You respect that. You earn that.
Okay.
I respect that.
Even if it's one of those who's just at their station cooking steaks.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you've been there for 10 years, man. I mean, come on. I mean, my personal opinion, I know nurses that work for work in the industry, they know just as much as the doctor does. And to me, I'm like,
happens. Yeah,
shit. I mean, you could be a doctor.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
but they don't go to.
But that's
go to
interesting to hear that there's
no offense to anybody out there. I'm just saying that I'm just going off that. You know what I mean?
But what's interesting to try to understand about it, I guess, is there's no credentials that actually make you a chef. Like you don't have to go to school or you don't have to have a certification, right? You're saying
no, you don't have to have a certification of going to school, man. Yeah. I mean.
To be a quote-unquote chef, legitimate chef.
Oh, man. They say you got to be a part of the Culinary Institute of America.
Yeah, something like that.
Or you got to get your online degree from that. Or you got to go to school. It's a piece of paper. When you graduate, it says you're a certified cook.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't say you're a certified chef.
Okay.
To get certifications, you got to go through the Culinary Institute.
Okay.
You got to go through all of these chefs associations.
Oh, so there are those things.
Yeah, and there's tests to do.
Yeah. Okay.
You'll cook in front of them. You got to make sure you do to get your executive chef titles.
So there are credentials.
Yeah. Like in order to get that title, you've got to go take that test. You've got to go do this food.
Yeah.
You've got to go do this. I mean, it's a 6-7 day event to get those actual certifications.
Dude.
Yeah, man. You just
God, it's crazy.
Man. But once again, if you have passion and you have drive and you want to work in the kitchen and do it, take that passion and run with it, man.
Yeah.
And just say, hey, I want to do this. Call your chef. That's fine. But at the end of the day, don't ask my opinion if I think you are or not, because I'm going to ask you some simple questions. Like I'll ask you, how many ounces are in a cup?
16.
No, man. You know that 9 out of 10 people I ask get it wrong.
Do they really? Well, it's like, how many continents do we have? Most people get that wrong.
They always do. It's 8 ounces in a cup.
8 ounces. Okay.
250 mils in a liter. No, pastries are better. Pastries are better done when they're done in metrics. Okay. They're more accurate than they are in, because Jimmy Carter's the one that changed the damn measurements.
So you think it'd be better if we had the metric system with as far as cooking goes?
As far as baking, it's way better.
Okay.
But no, metrics, it's all different. People say, oh, the San Francisco sourdough, man, is so good. I bought the 125 starter. They bought that to take it home. Why you spend that kind of money for that? First of all, you can go home and make it yourself for $3. But they'll buy it from San Francisco and they'll bring it over here. Like, oh, this San Francisco starter. Like, well, why does the bread don't taste the same? Well, first of all, you're not. Crazy. San Francisco has a different humidity. There's salt in the air. They're by the river. The water's different. The altitude's different. The people making it. It's a different. You're not going to be able to recreate something.
Yeah.
in a different different state, because it's the same thing in New York pizza. The pH level is the reason why people have that. You got dead mob bodies in the water. You got railroad cars. You got shoes. You got jackets. You got
rats.
You got shit in the water that make the pizza the way it is, or the food the way it is. You see
that's
what I'm saying?
weird, dude. Yeah,
people don't
is that true?
Yeah, people.
So the region matters, like everything that's going on there.
Everything,
Man, that's
the weather.
interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. It's people say the Mexican food is so much better here in San Angelo.
Yeah.
You want to know why?
Why?
High magnesium in the water.
Shut up.
That's the reason.
Saltier or what?
It's higher magnesium in the water. That's why our food tastes the way it does.
What does the magnesium do?
Makes the food taste different, man. It's like you add different salt or pepper.
Yeah, okay.
You add your saffron to it, it makes it taste different. But the water makes the food taste different in San Angelo.
That's crazy.
That's what makes it different, because restaurants don't use $8,000 purification system to cook their beans or their rice or their potatoes.
Man, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
Oh man, it's the
water.
water.
It has to. The water has to have something to do with it. Then you're right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I never thought about it that way.
Most people don't.
Man, that's crazy. So one more thing I wanted to know. Your dad was a big influence with Peasant Village originally in opening that restaurant. Does he have culinary roots? Like, I might not know this, and I'm sorry if I don't, but why was he such a big influence, and why did he want to do that originally and push you to do it?
He's a bully.
Really? Well, was it because you were going to...
No, my dad's not a bully. No, so we grew up a family. We grew up cooking.
Okay.
It's been our family since 1782.
What? Dude, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, we had a cookbook, but apparently, unfortunately, it got lost through transit somehow.
Oh.
But the main thing is, we grew up cooking that way as kids. My dad, growing up, cooked that way. That's what you did back in the 40s and 50s. Everybody got around the dinner table and they cooked, and they all they did that.
Yeah.
So as a family, my dad, that was our tradition, to sit around the table when it's dinner time. You weren't late. You helped out.
Yeah.
You put in there. I was cooking yakisoba and chicken karage when I was 5 years old in Japan.
Japanese dishes, yeah.
Yeah,
wow,
when I was in Japan, and that's my first dishes I cooked.
Cool.
And I was on the burner, and I'm sitting there in the wok stirring the stuff up there, and Dad's trying to, I'm like, leave me alone. I'm getting in there and I'm doing this right there.
Yeah.
But what was funny is that the wok was on the back left burner, and my two feet were on the other eyes.
Oh, this is a memory you have.
Oh,
huh?
100% eyes, and I had my tennis shoes on, and I'm like getting in there doing that, but the other burners were on, and my dad's trying to get me off, and my shoes were starting to melt from the electric burners, so my dad had to pull me off the stove because I was burning my shoes.
That's crazy.
He was more pissed at my shoes because they were damn near brand new. Hey, you ruined your damn shoes. I said, I'll run in them, man. But,
that's pretty crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, but it's just crazy.
So your family was the whole family. Y'all did that.
Yeah. So 1782, and we've been doing it.
Back.
A long time. That's why we're called Peasant Village.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the thing about it is that our family at one time was royalty. They were
really?
Yeah. Then our last name has changed twice.
Okay.
I don't remember. Don't ask me. But I got a plaque on my wall where the name is. But it was whatever name was, and they got murdered for the money.
Wow.
For the power of money, and they fled, and they positioned themselves and did it again and changed their name, and it happened to them again. So they dispersed and they went to the peasants, the villages and the peasants.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Where they ran, where they're the butcher, the baker, the iron maker, this and that. So we hid in there, changed our last name to Helfer, or Helfa, which German means to help or to help.
Okay, cool.
And so that's where we came from the name, because our family were, we either baker, the butcher, or whatever in these villages. That's we disguised ourselves, and so that's why we're Peasant Village.
Man, I didn't know that.
That's why we call it Peasant Village, our family history.
Yeah, man, that's cool, dude.
Yeah,
people probably didn't know that. I like that.
Yeah.
Some people. So let's move on to PV Deli, man. So what's interesting this is why it's interesting to me, I think, is because I was going to ask you a minute ago if restaurants like Longhorn Steakhouse and these other chains that pop up, do they ever threaten what you do? But I think I know the answer to that, because as a gym, what I did is, it was interesting. People were like, hey, Crunch is coming to San Angelo. Aren't you scared? Or this big gym, these big box gyms. And it was so different from what I did we were more of a results-driven fitness facility, we could make the same thing happen as far as success with business with 100 really good clients we really cared about and gave them the best experience of their life, as opposed to 1,300 or 5,000 members who pay $10 a month and go just to rent out cardio equipment like at Crunch. So I kind of see that as what you do is you're more specialized. You're probably not afraid of the big chain guys. That's not going to run any of your clientele off. So, but what I want to know, I guess, the transition into PV Deli is, did you create that so that it could become repeatable, so that you could duplicate it like in Dallas? Because that's a restaurant that can run without you, essentially. I mean, you're not always there. I go all the time, and they've got it down, man. Mm-hmm. So is that why you created that?
Well, there's a lot going on in those questions.
Yeah.
So do I worry about those other restaurants that open up? You know, it's always going to worry everybody in anywhere they are.
Okay.
And the reason why is because people are going to navigate to that area for
time being.
Yeah, for 6 weeks.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're going to come back and do that. And they're going to talk about their experience. I learned this a long time ago from Chef JR, one of my main mentor besides my father, that if you're always looking out your window what the other person's doing, mm-hmm. you won't be able to take care of your customers inside. You won't be able to take care of what you do.
Yeah.
You're too worried about what they're doing.
That's the truth. Yeah.
Why don't you do this here? You take care of your client. You treat them like anybody else when they come in. It don't matter if you're homeless or if you're the wealthiest person. You're treated exactly as a person in front of you and behind you.
Yeah.
You treat them with respect.
Yeah.
You treat them as your own family.
Man.
And you want them to come back. You want them to have the best meal that you can provide.
That's cool.
Okay?
Yeah.
You focus on them coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And you focus on you doing your best. You don't worry about what they're doing across the street.
Right. Okay.
Because your clients are either going to come back because they love your food and they love you, or they love the service, or they love the atmosphere, or they're not going to come back.
Yeah.
There's people that will go back to other restaurants because they love a specific dish, but they hate the atmosphere.
Yeah.
But they'll go back because they're treated correctly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Rudeness, we get shitted on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's but we take it. But when I hear about it, I don't take it. I'll go correct it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've been known for that.
I don't tolerate anybody else's bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay. Because my staff work hard, and they're not going to get treated that way by customers.
Yeah, I like that, man.
And I'm going to stick up for them. And if they don't like it, they can just go out the door. The one that came in. If not, there's a window. We can get you out that window if you like. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
you got to stick up for your staff. That's
I do.
Cool.
They know I do.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, the deli, getting back to the deli question. I put that deli together because at the time there were no delis you can go to in San Angelo. That deli started about 15, 16 years ago.
Dang, it's been that long.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's over a decade for sure.
Yeah, it started behind the restaurant in the small building, and then I moved inside the restaurant. It overtook the restaurant because people would go in there and get sandwiches.
That's right, I remember that.
And they'd walk in the restaurant and do that.
Yep.
And so our lunches, people couldn't get lunches. So we decided to switch it over to the deli, and it just took off.
That's right. Yeah.
And I started because I couldn't find a sandwich that I wanted.
Oh, man. The closest one for me before PV Deli was not Which, but
Subway.
No, it was, for me, it was Quiznos. It's something
Quiznos,
that was at least kind of a little more gourmet than what we had around here,
Yeah, and
which is sad.
Yeah, well, but.
Yeah.
Be quiet. But the thing about it is I created those sandwiches because I knew that if I liked them, everybody else would like them.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I cook food the way I like food, and if you cook the way you like it, they're gonna like it.
Exactly.
There's things I cook I don't want to put out there, but I do it because I know they like it. But I make sure it's going to be done right.
Right.
So I created these sandwiches, and I've created probably 100 different sandwiches over the years. But the one I currently have now, these are the ones that people keep on asking for.
Right.
I've even put new sandwiches on there and gave my staff, say, you create a sandwich, you do it.
No shit. And they don't succeed?
Well, there's only one that succeeded.
Which one?
That's the Heirs.
Really?
Ryan who
I like the ladder.
I did that.
Yeah.
But Ryan who created it said it would never work and no one wanted a sandwich and now it's it's very popular. It's the only one out of all the ones that we created.
Really?
New, including mine. That's actually.
What about the chupacabra?
Now I created all of them.
What's the most popular one?
The one you order.
The ladder or chupacabra?
Another one you choose.
Yeah. Okay.
The most popular one. We can't ever tell because there's days we'll do nothing but ladders. A day we'll do nothing but gyros. There's a day we'll do nothing but dirty mice.
Okay.
It just changes all the months.
That's cool.
But the ones that are. All the ones we have up there are extremely popular.
Okay.
They just are.
Nice.
The vegetarian wrap isn't as popular.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we have it there for those who are vegetarians. It's not vegan, it's vegetarian. And then but everything else they're extremely popular. They're you can't go wrong with one of them.
Yeah.
The sandwiches were designed to be better the next day.
Really?
That's how I designed them because everything marinates and comes together. So it's designed for you to eat half a sandwich now.
Dude, that's exactly what happens a lot of the time. Yeah.
Yeah, and eat a sandwich later on in the afternoon when it's been sitting on the counter wrapped up for a couple hours. Then eat it again. You'll get a total different taste of it. Yeah. Yeah, they're designed for you.
I think I've even commented that, man, at home that every time I heat it up, it's better.
Yeah, that's why I designed
crazy.
them.
Yeah.
They're designed to be really delicious when they're first. Coming out.
Oh, yeah, they are.
And by the time that, they've sat there for about 20, 30 minutes, they become better.
Yeah.
For the one bread that doesn't, stand out well is a sourdough. It'll
Why?
tend to get tough.
Soggy.
It'll get tough on you.
Okay,
and it's just that's the type of bread.
Yeah.
But no, that's why they're different stages.
Yeah.
And for me, sometimes I'll get a Royale and
that's a good one too.
I'll eat half it and I'll eat the next one for breakfast the next day.
Yeah.
At the refrigerator because it's so much better.
Oh, dude.
I mean, because you got the ham has changed different now. The turkey's gotten different. The bread's gotten a little bit more. I wouldn't say soggy, but that's what people refer it to.
Yeah,
it's got more marinated.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It comes together, and that's just me.
Yeah.
So yeah, all those sandwiches are my creations, except for a club or a cob.
And who created that one that succeeded? That was
Ryan, who worked at Deli, the skinny, the skinny
Ryan,
the skinny guy with all the tattoos.
He's there all the time. Yeah.
He's
good,
Kiki,
man.
Ryan, and Blake. I mean, a solid team, brother. I got a solid team.
That is a solid team.
They are.
Well, that's what I want to ask you next. So, one of the things that I've been to the PV Deli and other restaurants who do this, and it's interesting that you do this, is you'll walk in there and it's pretty busy, nothing crazy, but I mean the tables are packed, people are ordering sandwiches, and we're there, and somebody will comment and they'll say, man, they seem to have a big staff for what's going on. Like, why are there so many people in the back? But you see these restaurants that succeed, they always seem to have, like, more staff than it seems necessary.
Yeah.
Why do you do that? And why does that work?
I call it a skeleton crew.
Okay.
And with the skeleton crew, when you work with somebody every day, you get to know them more personally.
Yeah.
Okay. And you become more connected with a smaller group than you do with a large group.
Yeah.
All right.
For sure. Yeah.
When you have a large group, you got somebody who's not going to like the other person.
Right.
And they're going to say, oh, I saw them do this, making out with the chef. And they're going to tell them over, stupid, high school games. But when you have a tight-knit group like that, you ask for something and it's already known.
Mm-hmm.
Or you say, I need this. And they know that you work so well together.
Yeah.
And I go in there when I feel I need to go in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I can just always sense when it's going to be busier than normal.
Weird.
It is weird. I can just tell when it's about to be busy. I can go outside and be like, yeah, today's going to be the day.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, it's weird. They'll just say, Chef,
That's crazy.
I said, we're about to get our asses handed to us. You watch. I said, here in about 20 minutes. Is there anything else? Boom, it's just ticket starts coming up and so forth. And there's times I just go in there to cook.
Yeah.
Just to be there. Just to have fun. Help them out,
That's
just to give them a little help. But they're also, they're also there because they know that they're going to get the deli eventually.
They are?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I'm going to give them the deli.
You are?
When it's time for me, when it's time for me to retire.
That's cool.
And it's done. I'm going to hand it to them because they deserve it, man. They've been with me for so many years. Why, you know?
They got skin in the game, man.
Yeah. So
that's cool, dude.
They deserve it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
It's not about the money for me. You know, if you worry about money, you'll never have it. If you don't worry about money, it'll come to you, man.
Do you think that's true?
It is true.
Why is that, dude?
It's just how it is, man.
That's
if you want to stress over money, you know, don't.
Man,
it'll come to you,
yeah.
man. It always comes to you at the right. That's how I've always been raised, and it's always worked for me.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, I'll just sit there and just say, guys, here's the keys, and I'll piss off. Don't call me again.
Dang, dude, really?
Yeah.
And you'll be off in somewhere other country?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, dude.
I'll be gone. Yeah, I'll be gone. Probably in Barcelona or Portugal.
Right?
I'll be gone.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not crazy. I'm gonna sell the restaurant, and that's gonna be retirement. That's enough.
Yep.
But you know, when that time comes. It may not be until I'm 65 or 70.
Right.
And at that time, they're going to be my age. They're going to be wondering what they thinking.
I know. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
well, do you not? I mean, you tried it in Dallas. It did well until COVID. But this thing, I mean, is so popular. I'm surprised you don't want to pop one up in Abilene or somewhere else. I mean, you really don't want to do that.
Time,
yeah, I'm sure you do.
You know, I always say if I was 20 years younger or this and that. Here's the thing about it. Those sandwiches are not as easy to duplicate as some people like. People say, how did you do this? What'd you do? Blah blah blah. They're not as easy to duplicate as you would think.
Okay.
I've had people that have been cooking for a few years, and it takes them 3 months to learn. Is
that right?
The sandwiches.
Dude, no wonder. Okay.
Yeah, we used to have cards printed out, so they would say, "Oh, what's on the chupa?" or "What's on this?" or "What's on the dirty mic?" And they have to go back to the card and look at it. You know, they have to study it. Because things have to go specifically on each side. The sauce has to go with this. Yeah. You just don't put the sauce with this one because it won't be the same. It's a scientific way of doing it. In my, that's how I look at it. So they have to be put together a specific way. The sauce has to be on there. It has to be done. The right amount has to be on there. I can't stand a sandwich that says they got something that's drier than shit, and you're trying to choke it down with a drink. And I can't stand it. But the main thing is, it's not that easy to create them in. And like I said, that niche, they got it down, man.
Yeah,
they do. And I'm very blessed and honored to have them there with me. You know, I've got they just run it so smoothly.
They really do.
And it gives me chance to to not work as hard. You know, I get a lot of the shopping and stuff done, and I drop it off, and I'll go home and I'll spend time with my lady and just relax for a little bit. Then I got to go, a couple hours later, or like I said, when I have a feeling it's going to be busier than normal, then I'll walk in there. I still work there a few days out of the week. I mean, I usually get in there and just show up or do whatever. But yeah.
Well, what time do you get to the Peasant Village if it's like a Thursday or Friday and you got?
I'm there by 3:00. It don't matter.
Oh, really?
It doesn't matter.
And sometimes you get out of there, pretty late after midnight?
Well, sometimes I get there about 9 o'clock. But see, here's the thing. There's times I have to be at the restaurant at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay.
I have to get pastries made.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when a new menu comes out, I start at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I don't leave the restaurant until 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Wow.
But I prep certain things, certain sauces that I know that are good for 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah. But sometimes they run out within the first day. But as long as I'm there by 3 o'clock, I'm very efficient.
Okay. Yeah.
I know what I have to do.
Right.
I've been doing this for 38 years professionally. So when I go in the kitchen, I know what I've got to do.
Okay.
I know. And if I got to go get ingredients before the restaurant, before 3 o'clock, I'll go stop where I need to stop and, 2 o'clock, get in the restaurant and just start going. There's things that timing is everything.
Yeah, it is.
So I get there at 3 o'clock and it's, we open at 6 and ready to go.
Yeah.
So 3 hours before service, no big deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, why'd you stop drinking?
So what happened was that, you know, I was drinking a handle of vodka a day and you know, doing a lot of cocaine.
Yeah. Thanks
you know?
for being honest, man. A lot of people won't.
Shit, I don't give
Heck
a damn.
yeah, dude.
I don't care.
I love that, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I was drinking a handle of vodka a day and up to about 2 balls of coke a day.
Yeah.
And
it's common in the restaurant industry.
Yeah,
man.
drugs and alcohol are very common in the restaurant.
Yep.
And basically I would drink all day. I mean, the handle was just the morning, the first half of the day. Then I go to the bar and drink more and drive drunk and snort coke and do stupid shit. So and still work and still be a functional drunken alcoholic.
That's insane.
Absolutely,
to me. But that happens, man.
Yeah, it does. It's more common than people realize.
It is.
And I knew my health wasn't great. The doctors told me that, you know, Jason, you know, you might want to slow down. And I've had some clients, come to me, say, Chef, you know, you might want to slow down. I didn't hide it.
Really?
You know what I mean? I hid it for the most part, but I didn't. It got to a point where it got a little bit more noticeable.
Sure. Same with me. I get it.
The wreck happened at the restaurant. And I was at the bar drinking, and I left my phone at the house, at the apartment in Dallas. And I got home and I saw a message on my phone that somebody ran into the restaurant. And here I am, I'm high as fuck, you know, drunk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I'm gonna get in my car, I'm gonna leave. I'll call what's going on. Somebody ran into the restaurant, killed his brother. And I saw, you know, and I heard what happened. I had to get down now. And they talked me down, and so I said, you know, I'll wait. So I get there the next morning. Now I'm being honest with everybody. Everybody's going to hear this. I don't really give a shit. You're going to hear it no matter what.
Yeah, I love the honesty, man.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, I got to the restaurant, and they showed me the video of it, and it was quick.
Yeah.
The guy hitting the sign, and his brother shot out the front window, hit the damn building, crushed his skull. The guy's trying to get all the dope out of his car. Another car comes in, tries to help him. He's banging on him. He runs over the bush. Here comes all the damn ambulance and stuff. They apprehend him. He's across the street looking at everything. And his brother's dead on the railing.
Yeah.
And I saw that, and I was like, shit. First thing I did, I went to the bar, started drinking at 10:30.
Did you really?
Yeah, I started drinking. I mean, shit. I was like,
well, that's how we deal with things, man. When we're in that.
Yeah, but that's what I knew.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I drank through the day and didn't do any drugs.
Yeah.
I couldn't find any.
Yeah.
I couldn't, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm drinking through the day and I get home and you know, the staff and everybody, let's go out, you know, let's talk about what our next plans, what we're gonna do. I'm like, yeah. And I get home and I was drinking and then I passed out.
Yeah.
And then they all come over and it's like 7 o'clock. I passed out 4 o'clock. I was drinking so hard.
Dang, dude, yeah.
And they get to the house about 7 o'clock and I wake up and my drink's in my hand. I just start drinking again.
Dang.
And so and I guess I drunk myself sober. I don't remember, but and we go out. We went to one bar and went to another bar, and it was about 8:20 at night. About 8 o'clock we get to the bar, and we're sitting there, and I take my first drink, and it was gone in 5 seconds. I said, man, bring another one.
Yeah.
And then they bring another one. I'm sitting there looking at everybody on the table, all my staff on the table, and I'm going, someone just ran in our restaurant, drinking and driving.
Yeah.
And I said, here we are going out drinking and driving.
Dang.
And I said, I just lost a lot in that day.
Yeah.
The restaurant that I said, this has got to stop.
Yeah.
And then this in my head.
Yeah.
And the drink came around the corner. I put it right in the center table. I said, who wants it? I said, I won't ever touch that shit again.
What?
I walked up and I walked home.
Uh-uh.
That was it. Never touched it again.
You're kidding. That's how that happened?
It was in my head.
Oh my
I said,
God,
I can't do it. I said, I said, y'all please be safe going home. And I walked home. I went home to my house and poured all my shit out.
You made that decision right
then and there. I was done.
That's so crazy. Wow,
I haven't
dude.
touched it since.
Wow.
I don't touch anything
Thank God,
anymore.
man. Yeah. That's cool, dude. I like that a lot, dude.
You know, this
respect, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool.
You know,
yeah.
But at the end of the day, I don't miss it.
Yeah, really?
You know, cocaine smells delicious.
Yeah, do you ever?
Yeah, but I don't do it. And that's a joke, man. That's it. They're gonna get it, but it's not. No, I don't. Do I get an urge?
Yeah, sure. We all do.
Yeah, we are going to.
Yeah.
But I have mocktails at the restaurant.
Yeah, I love mocktails.
So
yeah.
I'll get myself a mocktail.
Cool.
You know, I'll say, Hunter, make me a mocktail. He goes, yeah, sure, no problem. Then I'll joke, hey, put some alcohol in there. Like, man, we will punch you in the face.
Dang, yeah.
So they support me. They,
yeah.
My
That's
lady
cool.
supports me. My family supports me. But
I love that,
I get cravings here and there. But will I go back to it again? I live in the moment, man.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it now.
Exactly.
No one knows what's going to happen tomorrow.
That's right. Yeah. Have you managed to do that with AA or anything like that, or alternative?
I went to AA for the first 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And I haven't been back in 2-3 years.
Okay.
I'm too busy, first of all.
Sure. Yeah.
But I've gotten to a point to where I eliminate. I withdraw myself from those.
Yeah.
Those places.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think about drinking all the time.
Yep.
I don't think about, I lost this and I lost that. Here's the thing: when you first drink, you'll realize real quick who your friends are.
That's right.
They all disperse like cockroaches when the light opens up. They're not your friends, man. They're nothing more than your individuals.
Using partners.
Yeah. They're rooting you on because you're either buying or you're being the life of the party.
Exactly.
So my thing is that I just don't think about it, man. I don't really care to go. I knew that if I kept on doing, I'd be dead. I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be dead.
Yeah.
I know. I already know I'd be dead.
Dang, dude,
you
were woken up.
Yeah,
from that experience. Yeah.
Oh man, 46. I knew I would have been dead, brother.
Yeah.
I know for a fact.
Yeah.
Because my liver was swollen, and my face was puffy, and this big old gut on me and shit. And I knew I was. I mean, it's bad when you wake up and you drink just because you got to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to get through the day.
Yeah.
So my thing is that I chose not to do it again. I don't really care to go back to the lifestyle.
Cool,
That's just not who I am.
Yeah.
I drink iced tea or coffee, and sometimes that'll get me hyped up, or I started looking in NAD, and that shit got me all sideways, and I'm like, dude,
what's that NAD?
It's a booster to help out with your memory and muscles and
have you heard of
your stem cells.
Really?
NAD plus all that.
Did it make you feel like
it was
jittery
weird.
or kind of?
Yeah, it was weird, man. I mean, I take in the morning, you do a little shot, just stick your belly or whatever in the morning.
Shot,
yeah, you do it, but it's supposed to hit you and kind of get you going, but it wouldn't hit me until like 3 or 4 o'clock because I had metabolism different.
Okay, yeah.
So and there's one time I was like, Lord, this shit's got me fucking.
You felt wired or what?
Yeah, it made me feel weird, so I said I can't do that shit.
Yeah.
So,
interesting.
But the thing, it's just. Yeah, I just.
You heard of methylene blue?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, I take that. It's pretty cool.
I may talk to you about that here, just because it'd be good to keep my energy level going. Because I'm 53, I'm not that old, but God dang, man, I mean, I got a messed up shoulder, my foot's messed up, I got a pinched nerve.
Yeah,
I mean, you're in the kitchen and you're just at the grind and you're doing it, but you just do it, man. You just don't. You work through the pain. You just do it. That's the reason why.
It's
I'm
true.
Saying. Yeah,
you have to.
I may talk to you about some of that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'm interested in stuff that's more natural and stuff.
Yeah.
But as far as drugs and alcohol, man, I won't do it again,
That's
brother.
pretty awesome, dude.
I'm not there.
Yeah.
I can't get the glass to tilt in my hand. So.
Yeah. Ooh, that's cool, man.
You know what I mean?
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just being honest for y'all. So if you like it, great. If not, tough shit.
Yeah, dude. I respect the hell out of that, dude. Yeah. Honesty, man. I love it. That's cool. So before we get out of here, as far as I already asked you this in the beginning, but there's nothing else coming to San Angelo, another creation, another Chef Jason creation. We're just going to do what we've been doing, keep it steady until you're off into the sunset.
There's something coming.
There is? Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, we'll wait to hear about it, I guess, but you got to come back on here to talk about it.
I'm working on something right now.
Okay.
But it's something I've been talking about for the last 2 years.
Okay.
And next year I start working on it after the holidays are done.
Okay.
And it's going to be more nostalgic as it is more than anything else.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot of memories will be brought back,
cool.
That kind of a deal.
Yeah.
But yes, I am working on something.
Okay.
And I've already had people ask me, "Where heard you going to do?" I'm like, yeah, it's happening, man.
All right.
So, yeah, it's. I'm going to open it up with a different, set of fresh eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I'm working on something.
All right, we'll leave it. We'll leave it there, but we got to come back on and talk about it. Well, so I ask everybody this: what are 3 things that you're genuinely grateful for right now in your life?
I truly am grateful for my family.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that they're still around. I'm thankful for my lady in my life.
Yeah.
Mainly, I'm thankful for God.
Yeah, awesome, dude.
And at the beginning of everything, I'm more grateful to have God on my side and Jesus in my life than I am anything else.
Yeah, that's cool.
That to me is number one. You know, my lady, my family. That's what I'm grateful for. I mean, I truly am. I mean, I'm that's the top 3, really.
That's fantastic.
Number 1
man.
is God, and there's no way around that.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
Man, San Angelo, 30 years. Thank you.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
God dang, I can't believe over 30 years I'm still going.
Yeah.
And for your love and support and sticking by my side for all these years, I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. We're gonna go as long as we can and
till the wheels fall off.
Yeah, until I'm ready to pass the torch over.
Yeah.
And I'm very honored and very, very grateful. I truly am.
I know you are. I can tell.
I'm just going to keep on doing what I do. And, it's funny. I told some people that, I mean, when I get up there 60, why is my steak why did their steak come out and mine's not out 30 minutes later? He shuts back there taking a nap. I don't know what to tell you.
Right, so, at least you're still doing it.
Yeah, that's kind of a running joke I'm telling people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm truly just grateful. Thank you, San Angelo, for everything that you've supported me, and without y'all, Peasant Village wouldn't be around.
That's right.
It wouldn't be alive.
Yeah.
Nor would the deli be. So
cool,
the next venture I got coming on wouldn't be around. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're lucky to have you, man.
Well, I'm blessed to be here, and thank you for that. Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys, you heard it here. This was Chef Jason Helfer. Thank you again.
Yeah,
really
you're
appreciate
welcome,
it, brother.
man. Thank you.
Take care, guys. We'll see you later. Dude, this was fantastic.
Yeah.
This was. Thank you for watching, guys. Really appreciate Chef Jason Helfer for coming on the show, for your candor and honesty to talk about some hard-hitting subjects that I think a lot of people will connect with. Thank you for that. To Peasant Village and PV Deli, keep going strong. You're a great part of San Angelo culinary culture.